So part two of your childhood interview here. What pets did you have growing up?
Well, we had the first dog I remember was Pucci, was his name. He was a Mongol, more like a Irish dark type of thing. He was the first dog. But then they liked cats. They had a black cat named Eep, was his name. You know. And so they had a cat. But then later on, after they lost the cats and the dogs they had and so on, they went to get another dog. They wanted a boxer one time. And they got an albino boxer. And he was older. And I got along with him pretty good, the kids did. But he was snappy to my dad. Well, they just took him right back. They didn't want him after that. But then they got another dog. After I grew up, I guess, it was sort of a boxer mix type of thing. And they never had scale dogs like we do with boxers and so on. What do you call him? I can't remember. Tuffy, I guess was his name. But that was the dogs I remember, you know, so.
All right. What is, do you remember most about Christmas growing up?
Not too much. I remember our biggest Christmas. I can remember we got a BB guns. That was something my brother liked. Would go out and play with our BB guns. We had goggles and so on. We have more with one another. We shoot at one another.
That's a boys thing.
So,
okay.
but,
okay, what did you do in the summer for fun?
again, went swimming down Lake Michigan, and not much else I can remember as such for the summer. But that was.
So you went fishing?
Not really.
No.
We didn't have a place to go fishing near where we lived.
Okay.
Near in Machine, but up north, seeing my grandparents went fishing. Caught muskie one time when we were fishing. It's not full size it should be, but I remember trying to hold it down, and it was bent, and it would lift us up. So then we got it home, and we had muskie.
Okay. So what did you do for fun in the winter time then?
Worked.
Work.
Our life was school, setting pins, and working at the car wash. That was basically our childhood that I remember.
So did you have plumbing and electricity the whole time you grew up?
No. When we lived in the two-room house that my folks had, we had to get water from the neighbor. That was Vapors had a well, and so we'd have to go over and get pump water. And my brother and I, we had a wagon. We had to fill buckets, and my wash day we'd have to go and bring those home, and my mother would dump them into a boiler that she had with copper, and then heat the water and so on. That was how my folks washed. But we also, at that time, for drinking water, we had a single pail with a dipper, and everybody got the water made out of that dipper, put it back, so on. But that was how many people did that. We didn't have running water.
Every household was the same.
Yeah. And we had outdoor pretty and such. So, and the bees in the summertime.
Okay.
So, and then we had a bug. We always call them stink bugs. That they always seem like the toilet and so on. That they remember that they smell those we call them stink bugs and so on.
What about transportation?
Again, my brother and I, we had the bicycles. My dad had a V8 Ford, and that was the transportation for as a family. But again, that was a work vehicle. Again, that was during the war years. My dad would drop off my mother, and then he'd take the car to work. But that was what that car was used for all the time, except for going up north. It was a kind of a big deal going up north, visiting my grandparents. But during the war years, it was hard to get gas, it was hard to get tires, and so on. And remember that there was a person that owned a filling station. My dad knew that he'd always get his gas there, but he never used all of his station, and so he always got preferential treatment if he needed additional gas the person that owned the filling station. So tires would last probably 5,000 miles. That was it. The tires wore it out. So
Well, they weren't made the same.
yeah.
Okay.
You never went on a trip without a flat tire.
Oh yeah, that's right. You learn how to repair tires when you went out. So it's very unusual. You go somewhere where you take a tire off, and repairing the inner tube and putting the tire back on. So.
Yeah.
Tell me about your first time watching TV.
Well, TV. One of the neighbors was the first one to get the TV. My dad had his engine rebuilt by a neighbor a couple blocks away from us, but they were the first ones to get a TV. And so we'd go down to their house and sit and watch TV. Well, the way you first watched TV, you saw the theater. So you all sat, in chairs, one after the other, and lined up much like you did in a TV house. So that was the way we watched TV. That was the first TV. So.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me about your childhood right now that?
The thing that occupied most of my thinking, in fact, most of my married life and so on. My brother was a year and a half older than I was, and we used to go around with a person, George Myers was his name, and they both, after we graduated, my brother and him turned 21. And